Well, the FedEx guy was just here and dropped off the spotting scope. $305 in taxes for a used item. That always pisses me off. $294 in taxes, $10 service fee, and $1.30 in GST again. They charged me GST on the service fee. Wow, I'm a lucky guy. Charge you GST, then charge you a $10 fee to administer the GST, then charge you GST on the administration fee. Box doesn't look like it was handled with the best of care either, considering it's got a $2,300 piece of photographic equipment in it. Well, hopefully this thing is in good shape and well packaged. We'll see in a second when I open it up. Well, that's a good sign. Oh yeah, okay. That's the eyepiece. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I think that's the tripod video head. Tripod, small little thing. Case for the scope. And then the actual scope itself. Bubble wrapped and boxed, with another layer underneath. So that's all good. All right, I'm right in the middle of unpacking this. The tripod looks new, and I look up and I see another delivery guy coming. Maybe he's got the all-in magnetic system for the phone. Okay, so no, he just had the adapter for the Sony camera to attach it to the scope, but I still need another piece. So this just goes to this adapter for the camera body itself, and then we still need the part that goes over top of the scope. That was 50 some bucks just for that piece. What? That's the scope. It's tiny. I literally thought it was going to be twice the size of this. That's nothing. It weighs nothing. From all the pictures online, you can't tell how big these things are. I'm like, oh my God. So we actually have the TSN 774, which is the straight-bodied scope. And that's because we're going to put a camera on here, and using that with the S-curve version, I think would be kind of confusing. More difficult to find your subjects while looking through a camera screen than, this is the way a normal lens is, straight out from the camera, right? So that's why I opted to go with the straight one, and the fact that there was only one used scope on there. But super high-end Kowa, and it's got the Prominar lens in there, which is the highest quality. Now it doesn't have, I guess there's one model higher than this, but apparently this is, guys, it wasn't cheap, as you know. Okay, so I got this Velbon video head for free with it. I think it's like $645 or something was the number, I forget. It's just okay, guys. I mean, if you look behind me, you guys know I've spent good money on good tripods. That carbon fiber right there was 600 and some bucks. It's got the Manfrotto video head on it. We're going to use that for a $2,000 spotting scope. I'm not going to use this, but we will put our infrared night vision camera on this because it's not bad. It's not a terrible tripod. It's just not, it feels plasticky. It feels cheap. Oh, there it is there. EX647 Video 2. It's okay, guys, but it doesn't really, when you've got things like, this is actually a Velbon as well. This is a Geo 635 carbon, and then we put a Manfrotto head on it. So all told, this is a $700 setup, and it just feels night and day different. And then, of course, we've got this one here, which is our slick. And I actually contemplated maybe using this, but the scope is so small, I'm going to leave my big camera set up on that one. Let's hold the scope up to this lens. I mean, that's not even extended, right? This is our 600 millimeter lens. This is what we've been using all week testing. Let me grab the scope. So we're actually going to, it's like half the length of what we're using and a third the weight. This weighs nothing. I'll show you guys another little trick that if you want to see how much gear has been used in the field, I mean, this looks brand new, and in the listing it said only used a couple of times, and I can believe it, but I just removed the tripod collar that was on the bottom here, and if it's seen any kind of use at all, you will see scuff marks on there. There's nothing. This thing is like brand new. Oh man, it's looking like Christmas morning in here. Kind of feels like it too. Okay, so there's our Bushnell night scope, and I've mounted the plate on there, and we're just going to use this setup now with that scope. Perfect. You guys aren't going to believe this. So I get the scope set up, I get the eyepiece inserted, I'm playing with it, and I'm trying to figure out the magnification, like 60 times zoom compared to our big camera lens over there in the corner. And I'm zoomed way across. I'll have to flip you guys around and show you. I got to go 30 feet to clear my lawn. Then I'm out there in the bushes, and I see a new little bud on the tree. And I'm zoomed in 60 times, and I mean, it's taking up a third of the frame. I'm like, this thing is really zooming in there. So the math that they gave me on the website saying this is 2,500 millimeters at 60 times zoom, it doesn't make sense. It's zooming in way more than I ever could with that camera lens. There's no way I could single out a bud from 50 feet away over there and zoom in on it. Here's the funny part, guys. As I'm zoomed in there, guess what lands beside the bud? The bird that we were after for 3 days and I couldn't get, which is the American redstart. He lands right there. I focused on him. I'm looking at him through the new scope. Of course, I don't have anything hooked on here to record him, but I'm like, he's taunting me. And to me, that was a sign from the universe. Yes, you were supposed to buy this. Yes, you are supposed to have fun hunting down the redstart with this. It's going to happen. We're going to do it. I'm freaking stoked. And I got to say, this thing is friggin' clear. It is so sharp. I see no chromatic aberration, and I'm blown away with how tiny the size is. Now, I mean, once we stick a camera on there and everything else, it's going to start getting bigger, but it's light. I don't know, like weighs a couple pounds? I don't know. It's light.